Today we're talking about the thief of joy, but more so how to guard our hearts so that that thief doesn't keep on gaining access, robbing us of happiness, of that blessedness that we need, which is our strength. The Bible talks of joy as our strength, the joy of the Lord. And one of the most positive books in the scriptures has to be Philippians. Philippians has this theme of joy, particularly in chapter 4. Paul talks about in verse 4, rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say rejoice. In verse 10 he says, but I rejoiced in the Lord greatly. And I could sample a number of other places where Paul either hints at joy or outrightly is talking about how he's happy. It's one of those positive letters of the scriptures. You can visit it and just read and spend time taking it in. So as we talk about the thief of joy, we said that it's one of those things that happens when we begin to compare ourselves with others. And one preacher talked about this comparison trap as living in the land of ER. The land of ER is when you insert that word ER at the end of a word, when you use it as a suffix. So basically, you want to get better than so-and-so. You want to be stronger than so-and-so. You want to be fuller or richer or wealthier or happier. And I could go on and on and on and on with all manner of words. But what that preacher was aiming at was to say comparison is found in that territory of ER, of constantly trying to outdo another, outshine another, basically keeping up with the Joneses. And think about that. Pause. Let's think about that. The words keeping up with the Joneses. You're not going to be grounded in joy if you're constantly trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're not going to be grounded in contentment if you're constantly trying to keep up with the who's who. Today, I want to challenge you, and I'm challenging myself, that really the thing that will guard our hearts against this thief, this robber of joy, this comparison trap, is this thing called contentment. And in the very letter of reference, Paul talks about it. He says in verse 11, chapter 4, verse 11, he says that, not that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. There you go. Let me let out the cat out of the bag. If we are to guard our hearts against the thief of joy, we have to cultivate contentment. Contentment is found in, as he goes on to say, I know how to be abased, I know how to abound. What is he talking about? Abased, I've been brought low, I've been brought to the basement. Basically, he is downcast, he's discouraged. And many observe that as he's writing this letter, he's abased. He's in a prison, or at least he's in house arrest. And he is possibly in chains. But yet Paul speaks about joy. He doesn't permit the thief of joy to take occupancy into his soul. He doesn't allow that robber to break into his heart. Why? He has learned to be abased. He knows how to also be to abound. So abound is the other side of the coin. He's now not in the valley low. He's on the mountain top. He's on right up there. And he knows how to deal with adversity. He knows how to deal with prosperity. And he knows how to take both in stride. How about you? Are you taking both in stride? Or are you constantly aiming for that land of air, better than others, stronger than others, richer than others, more educated than others? Basically, you're measuring your success and therefore your happiness as a person. You're measuring it against being one up against someone else. The Bible tells us that contentment, this thing, contentment, it is great gain. Godliness with contentment is great gain. So I just want to share those nuggets with you in the hope that we will be able to cultivate contentment. Part of it is gratitude. Part of it is just an awareness that this is my season in life. This is a season that you are in life. And just appreciating that and being grateful to the Lord for that season and thanking Him for that season. I pray that this is a blessing to you, and I pray that you will guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it flows the issues of life. Don't allow that robber called comparison to take away your joy. Thanks for watching CITAM Church Online.